Well, after 3 long years of me saying that I was going to review these movies, I'm finally going to review these damn movies. Because I ain't waiting another year. We're getting them done now. So, throw me your frickin' burn here. I've been trying the best I can. If you know what I mean. Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, is my favorite of the series. And I can see why it's still my favorite one of the franchise. Because it was the first movie, they didn't try too hard, and it looked normal. Once they got to the second and third ones, you can tell they got bigger budgets. They were trying a little bit too hard. And they didn't really have that feel of the first movie, if you know what I mean. But anyways, simple plot of this movie is Austin Powers is after Dr. Evil, and after failing to attempt to get him the first time in the early, 70s, he cryogenically frees himself as well as Dr. Evil, and tells everybody to wake him back, to unfreeze him when Dr. Evil comes back. 30 years later, in 1997, Dr. Evil returns, and so does Austin Powers, to try and stop his evil arch rival. Along the way, partnering up with this very hot female spy, of course played by Elizabeth Hurley, and crazy shenanigans ensue. Simple movie, okay? Maybe because it introduced everything. It introduced us to Dr. Evil, introduced us to Austin Powers, introduced us to the fembots, introduced us to Scott along the way. Maybe that was why we got to know these characters. We got to understand how they work and all that stuff. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's the special thing that holds this movie together. Some of the comedy, however, now that I'm older, it don't have the same impact as it did when I was younger. I used to laugh at the whole movie. Now I'm older, I'm sitting there like, yeah, that was cool too. Yeah, that happened. But I still enjoy it. Not as much as I would have if I was younger, but now that I'm older and my sense of humor is kind of a little bit stronger than what it used to be. Certain things I just don't laugh at anymore, but that's not a bad thing. That's just a sign that I grew as a person. So all the silly stuff that wasn't really silly doesn't affect me anymore, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But I'm pretty sure you understand where I'm coming from. And Mike Myers does an awesome job as Austin Powers. I like him as Dr. Evil too, but I really like him better as Austin Powers. You know, it's like he's normal when he's Austin Powers, and when he's Dr. Evil, I don't know, it seems weird to even try and say it, but him trying to be a bad guy and a good guy, but stating out all the cliches of what the James Bond series does is funny though, without effectively trying to say the James Bond series does it, because Austin Powers is a spoof of 007. So him actually saying, I'm gonna inconveniently put you in a scenario where you can easily escape and all this other shit, and then Scott's like, well, why don't you just shoot him? Exactly. Because it knows what it's trying to be. It's trying to be a spoof. It's not trying to be serious. So of course Austin Powers will end up getting away in the first place. Of course, it's just how it is. Elizabeth Hurley is smoking hot. Holy shit. She is good looking in this movie, and she still is good looking to this day. I love Elizabeth Hurley. I miss her doing movies, man. She needs to do more movies again. And if not movies, do TV shows. Do something else where we can see you again. Robert Wagner, man, he's getting old. I see him now in commercials today and he's getting old. But I like him as number 2. I think he was funny. And of course, Will Ferrell's little cameo in this movie was awesome. It's awesome to see Will Ferrell in the younger Rose, earlier Roses I should say, back in the 90s. Especially Night at the Roxbury. Oh, you all know that movie. Comedy gold right there. All in all, though, Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery is a good time. And if you have not seen it, I don't know how you haven't in nearly going on almost 18 years. Wow. You really should watch it. I'm going to give Austin Powers a B+. Let me know what you guys think about International Man of Mystery down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? And I will catch you guys in the next one.